How to read smart contracts before investing. Picture this. You're scrolling through Twitter at 2 a.m. and suddenly everyone's talking about the next revolutionary DeFi token. The promises are grand: 10,000% APY, rug-proof tokenomics, and a dev team that definitely won't abandon the project. Sound familiar? But before you wallow your life savings into the next SHIB killer, you need to learn how to read smart contracts. Why smart contract analysis matters. In the wild west of crypto, smart contracts are like the DNA of any project. They contain the actual rules, not the fancy marketing promises on the website. Anyone can create a slick landing page with rocket emojis and to-the-moon graphics, but the smart contract? That's where the rubber meets the road. The essential tools you need. Your smart contract analysis toolkit. Etherscan, or BSC scan, Polygon scan. Your window into the blockchain where all the magic happens. DeFi Pulse's token lists. Helps identify legitimate versus questionable projects. Rugdoc.io. Community-driven contract analysis and risk assessment. Contract diff tools. Compare contract versions to spot suspicious changes. A healthy dose of skepticism. This might be your most important tool. Red flags that should make you run away. If the contract isn't verified on Etherscan, that's already a huge warning sign. It's like buying a car without looking under the hood. Technically possible, but probably not smart. Another massive red flag is when the contract has functions with suspicious names like rug pull or emergency withdraw that only the owner can call. Quote, "The biggest lesson I've learned in crypto is this. If you can't understand what a smart contract does, you have no business putting money into it. Period." Vitalik Buterin, paraphrased. Reading your first smart contract. This ERC2 token contract shows concerning owner privileges. The contract inherits from Open Zeppelin's ERC20 and ownable contracts. It defines max supply as 1 million tokens and mint price as 0.001 Ether. The constructor function initializes the token with name myToken and symbol MTK, then mints 100,000 tokens to the contract deployer. The mint function allows public minting by paying the mint price, with validation for sufficient payment and max supply limits. The red flags are the set mint price function, which allows the owner to change mint pricing anytime, and the owner mint function, which lets the owner create unlimited tokens bypassing the max supply restriction, essentially giving infinite inflation power to the contract owner. Advanced analysis, DeFi protocols, and yield farms. This yield farming contract demonstrates a common DeFi staking mechanism with a dangerous backdoor. It defines staking token and reward token interfaces for the assets involved. The reward rate is set to 100, with tracking variables last update time and reward per token stored for reward calculations. User data is tracked through mappings for user reward per token paid, rewards, and private balances, plus a total supply counter. The stake function accepts user deposits, validates the amount is greater than 0, updates totals and user balance, then transfers tokens from user to contract using transfer from. The withdraw function reverses this process, reducing balances and transferring tokens back. The critical red flag is the emergency withdraw function, which is only owner restricted and transfers all staking token and reward token balances from the contract directly to the owner, effectively allowing the owner to drain all user funds and rewards in a single transaction. This is essentially a legal RUG pull mechanism built into the contract. Key functions and variables to always check. Critical contract elements to review. Owner/admin privileges. What can the contract owner do that regular users can't? Mint functions. Can new tokens be created and under what conditions? Pause/unpause mechanisms. Can the contract be frozen and by whom? Fee structures. Are there hidden taxes on transfers or sells? Liquidity locks. Is the liquidity actually locked, or can it be removed at any time? Time lock contracts. Are critical changes delayed to give users time to react? Using blockchain explorers like a pro. Etherscan is your best friend when analyzing contracts. First, check if the contract is verified. You'll see a green check mark. If it's not verified, that's a red flag bigger than a Soviet parade. Next, look at the contract tab and scroll through the source code. Pay special attention to any function that includes words like owner, admin, emergency, or pause. Quote, "In the world of DeFi, trust is a luxury you can't afford. Every smart contract is guilty until proven innocent, and even then, keep one eye open." Anonymous DeFi veteran. Common scam patterns and how to spot them. The honeypot scam is particularly sneaky. The contract lets you buy tokens but prevents you from selling them. After analyzing hundreds of contracts and losing money on a few, I've noticed patterns that scammers love to use. This honeypot mechanism demonstrates a classic scam pattern. The transfer function overrides the standard ERC20 transfer to add restrictions. It gets the sender address using underscore message sender and checks if the recipient is the Uniswap v2 pair address, which indicates a sell transaction on Uniswap. If it's a sell and the sender is not in the underscore is excluded mapping, it requires that 365 days have passed since launch time before allowing the transfer, effectively locking selling for 1 year. The underscore is excluded mapping tracks addresses that can bypass restrictions. The exclude from restrictions function allows only the owner to add addresses to the exclusion list, meaning the owner can sell anytime while regular users are locked for a year. This creates a honeypot where users can buy tokens but cannot sell them, while the owner maintains full liquidity access. Tools and resources for contract analysis. While manual review is important, there are tools that can help speed up the process. Rugdoc.io provides automated contract analysis and rates projects based on risk factors. The DeFi scanner can identify known scam patterns and suspicious functions. For the technically inclined, Slither and Mithril are powerful tools for security analysis. Remember, no tool is perfect. I've seen low-risk projects according to these scanners that still turned out to be elaborate exit scams. The tools are helpful, but they're not a substitute for your own due diligence and common sense. The crypto space moves fast, and scammers are constantly evolving their tactics. Now go forth and read those contracts. Your future self and your bank account will thank you for taking the time to understand what you're actually investing in. In crypto, the most expensive lesson is usually the one you learn after losing money. Don't let that be you. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and subscribe to stay tuned for more.